sizes might be the same. To put it correct, NASDAQ is crazy. Just to put it in one word form whereby everybody will understand, NASDAQ is crazy, meaning that one simple movement could either make you a lot of money or wipe off your account, regardless of anything. So in short, in NASDAQ, there is no what we call risk management. In NASDAQ, you cannot say that you're going to apply risk management. In NASDAQ, you only deposit the amount of money you are willing to lose on that Tuesday. I'm going to make it clear again. You only deposit the amount of money you are actually willing to lose or risking on that specific Tuesday. This simply means that you can't deposit 10,000 rands if you're not willing to lose 10,000 rands. Because even with lot size 0.01, NASDAQ can wipe your 10,000. Trust me. I've seen it. NASDAQ is crazy. So I'm trying to avoid a situation whereby people are losing the amount of money that they were not willing to lose in the name of having to make a lot of money. And I know when I trade, specifically when I trade, this is what most people don't understand about me. When I trade with 100,000, always know that it's the amount of money that I'm willing to lose for that specific trade. When I'm trading with 10,000 rands, it's the amount of money that I'm willing to lose on that specific trade. When I trade with 1 million rands, it's the amount of money that I'm willing to lose on that specific trade. It has nothing to do with anything. It's the decision that I've made. So most people get to interpret that basically you need to have a lot of money in order to make money. It's not the case. You just need to talk to yourself and accept how much are you actually willing to lose for that specific trade. Now, in terms of the minimum amount which you can actually start trading NASDAQ with depends on the broker. Other brokers, it's $10. Other brokers, it's actually about $20. That simply means that you can either trade with about a minimum of 150 rands or with a minimum of about 300 rands, depending on the broker. So basically, this is all about the broker that you'll be choosing at that specific moment. And like I said, we are not recommending any broker when it comes to trading NASDAQ. Find your own. Find your own broker, and when you find it and it works for you, keep it to yourself. You don't have to go public about it, because the common trick with brokers is that if so many traders are there doing the same thing over and over and over, eventually they will pick it up. Eventually they will stop you guys. That's just a fact. However, this depends on the nature of the broker, because brokers are not the same. We have brokers who don't have much influence over what happens on the market. They only have influence over the spread that they charge you or the commission that they charge you, but they don't really have much access in terms of manipulation, all that. And then we have brokers who have full control. They can charge you a spread commission and they can still manipulate you. So it's best you always do research about the type of broker that you are using at that moment, right? And always stick to a broker that pays you. It's not really about whether a broker manipulates or not, because the market on its own, the original market from the interbank, is very, very manipulative. So you can't really complain about manipulation at all when it comes to Forex trading. It's a volatile market for a reason. Now, this is the MetaTrader 4 app that we are going to be using to trade NASDAQ. You can either use MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5 or the relevant platform that your current broker supports. Now, this is the platform, MT4. Unfortunately, the market is off at the moment I'm doing this video, but that is not a problem. Trust me, that can never be an excuse or a problem. So basically, as I've already stated, that This is not beginners friendly. Therefore, I will not be explaining little details. I believe you already know what this app does and what's what. So basically, this is a demo account specifically. This is a demo account which I will be using to make an example as to how to trade NASDAQ. Now, as I've already stated, that brokers have different names for NASDAQ. Others call it US 100, others NASDAQ 100, others NQ 100 and S 100, and so forth. And this demo account here calls NASDAQ just NASDAQ only. So you don't be confused in terms of the different names. It's always best to ask your broker. You can see on this demo account, NASDAQ is listed as NASDAQ, right? So this is our MT4. Now, basically, remember what I said. Remember what I said, that this course is not beginners friendly. If you are a beginner and you happened to have joined FBK NASDAQ, it's still fine. What you need to do is to go on our other website, which is fbkonlineservices.com, and download the free PDF. In one of the chapters, there's a chapter which specifically talks about pending orders, right? So to make it simple, in terms of how to actually trade NASDAQ, we are going to be making use of this method. I'm just trying to edit it accordingly so that I can be able to type at the same time, so that you can be able to understand thoroughly. Let's see. Now, this on the right, it's our MT4. On the left, it's my notepad, which I'm going to be typing. Now, the time frame that you're going to be using for NASDAQ, it's going to be M1, right? You're going to be using M1 to actually trade NASDAQ, or you're going to be using M15. However, the time frame that I actually like or understand better, because as traders we differ, the time frame that I understand better is actually M1 time frame on NASDAQ. I use M1 to enter into a trade, and then after I've entered into a trade, I use M15 to actually do an overview of everything. Then after M15, I can actually go to M30, I can actually go to H1, which is 1 hour, right? Now, but the basic that you need to actually enter into a trade is basically M1 time frame. Now, I want us to look at our NASDAQ chart. I'm going to be making an example with what we have right now. So our NASDAQ on the MT4 is listed as NASDAQ, as raw as it is. Currently, it's on M1 time frame, as you can see. Now, with NASDAQ, the spread, when it comes to the spread can never be the same, right? Other brokers, the spread, it's quite low. Other brokers, the spread is quite high, I've just never seen zero spread on NASDAQ as yet, because I haven't really experienced much brokers, right? So NASDAQ has high spread naturally, right? Now, this simply means that you cannot cry about spread when it comes to NASDAQ, which is why it's crazy. The spread automatically it's high. It's not like currencies. And the pip value for the spread, in this case, the spread is it's about 100. In this case, as an example, as you can see on my MT4. But it does not mean that the spread, just because it's 100, it's the same value of spread on a normal currency pair like CAD CHF or CAD JPY. It can never be the same. NASDAQ, it's in its own league. Now, in terms of, remember I've mentioned trading days. That is going to be Tuesday. And then time, it will not be 3:30. I want you to understand, it will be from 3:30, from 3:30 on Tuesdays, right? Now let's take a look at the figures that we have at the moment. We are precisely going to focus on the bid. The bid price, I believe that you know what the bid price is. If not, go and read the PDF that I've already mentioned earlier. So the bid price for NASDAQ is 9555.02. That is the actual price that we have for NASDAQ, right? That is more like the current situation that's happening in the market right now. Now, I'm just not sure about the details in terms of the points and pips when it comes to NASDAQ. However, allow me guys to use my customized language. The whole point is for you to understand, right? Now, in this case, if you are going to be using pending orders, because it's by choice, and remember, pending orders, at least you can be certainly sure that you are about 75% safe. If you use pending orders for NASDAQ, you are about 75% safe from actually losing your entire account, because definitely you can lose your entire account. Let's not run away from reality here. So if you're using pending orders, you're about 75% safe. And if you're going to be using market execution, you are about 25% safe. Now, this simply means that if you use pending orders, you are exposing yourself to about 25% risk, right? Risk of what? Blowing your entire account. And then if you're using market execution, you're exposing yourself to about 75% risk. I hope the numbers make sense. So I'm going to be starting with pending orders in this case. Pending orders in this case. I'm going to be starting with pending orders in this case. Now, the number is 9555.02. This, let's take for example, this is 15:30 p.m. This is just an example. This is 3:30 p.m. and you relax. 3:30, when the number is like this, you relax. And then at 15:31, that is 1 minute, just 1 minute after 3:30, you relax as well. You don't enter into a trade as yet. And then at 15:32 p.m., now that's when you actually start setting your pending orders. You start setting now. Now you start setting your orders. Remember, at that market, at that time, NASDAQ will be moving. At that time, NASDAQ will be moving already. NASDAQ will definitely be moving at that time. So this simply means that at 15:33 p.m., your orders must be set. Your orders must be set, meaning that your pending orders must be ready already. At 15:33, your pending orders must be ready. You need to set them at 15:32. Now, we are going to be making use of 9555.02 as an example. Now, what we are going to be focusing on is the numbers before the full stop. Now, this simply means that the price is going to be this as an example. We are only going to focus on this area only. Now, the numbers after the full stop, we are not going to touch them, right? Now, what you do at 15:32, I'm referring to time. South African time. What you do at 15:32 precisely, you say on your calculator, or even though I don't think you need a calculator for NASDAQ, what you do is that the last two numbers, I'm referring to this. I'm trying to highlight them. The last two numbers before the full stop, that is what you're going to be focusing on, right? The last two numbers before your full stop, that is 55 in this case. So what you're going to do at 15:32, you look at where the candlestick is going on M1 time frame. If the candlestick is going down, you're going to start setting with your sell stop order. If the candlestick is going up, you're going to start setting with your buy stop order, right? Let's say in this case, the pending order at that moment is actually going down. That simply means you're going to start setting with your sell stop order. Therefore, you're going to select your sell stop on your MT4, a new order. You're going to select a sell stop, and on your price, when it comes to your sell stop, on your price, what you're going to do is that you're going to say 55. I'm just going to write it down. 55 minus 10. Remember, sell stop we always minus, buy stop we always add regardless, as many of you might be aware of how how we set pending orders. So that simply means that 55 minus 10 equals to how much? 45. Now this simply means that your entry for your pending order at 15:32 immediately, if the market is going down, therefore it's going to be 9545.02, or whatever the case it may be. The numbers after the comma, they can be random, it's fine. The numbers after the comma can be random, it's fine. It can be 10, it can be 15, it's fine, as long as the order is in. But in most cases, when I set my orders, I don't touch the numbers after the comma. In most cases, I just edit the last two numbers before the full stop. That simply means that your new price is going to be 9545.02. You place your order immediately. Now, when you are done with your order, you go for your buy stop order, because now you are done with your sell stop order. Now your buy stop order is going to be 55 again, right? 55 again plus 10. However, be aware that the moment you finish with your first order, the market might be moving the opposite direction. Now, this simply means that the market might have passed 55 already while you were busy setting the buy stop order, meaning that the market might have rejected. Therefore, you must look at the new price. Whatever new price, when you're setting for the buy stop order, let's say the new price is 61. The new price, I'm talking about the last two numbers before the full stop. Let's say the original number is 9561.02. Therefore, it simply means that you're going to take 61 and you add 10. Then after adding 10, it's going to give you 71. Now, this simply means that your final price for buy stop entry will be 9571.02. Now, this simply means that even if you start setting with your buy stop order, you're going to minus 10 on top of the number that you get, the two numbers that you get before the full stop. And then when you go for, when setting your buy stop order, you're going to add, you're going to add 10 on top of the last two numbers before the full stop. If it's 10, you're going to add 10, it's going to be 20. If it's 30, you're going to add 10, it's going to be 40, and so forth. And then immediately when you're done, when you go for the sell stop, before you use the previous number, make sure you look at where the market is at that moment. And then when you find the price, because the market will definitely be moving fast, you're going to minus 10 for your sell stop order on top of whatever number that you find at that moment. And I know now in your head it's like, damn, this is complicated. It's not so complicated. I will be showing you a live trading video. I will be showing you guys a live trading video. Therefore, it's going to simplify everything. Now, that's just how we actually set our pending orders. Now, if you set sell stop pending order, just before you set the buy one, already your market is opened or your trade is opened, then it's over for you. It's over for you. What you need to do is to stop setting the other order. Once a trade is opened before you finish setting the other order, then it's over for you. Then you go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. No maini. Anything goes. Anything could happen. Anything could go wrong. Anything could go in your favor. So it's all about how the market will be behaving on that certain Tuesday. Now, if none of your orders are triggered, which is very, very rare, which takes us to what if the orders are not triggered. It is very, very rare. I've never experienced that in the past 5 months doing this. In the past 5 months trading this, I've never experienced a situation whereby my orders are not triggered, and mostly my orders are triggered within 2-3 minutes, or sometimes immediately after setting it gets triggered, because the market will be moving fast. So that is a very, very rare situation right there. Now, in terms of how long should you hold on to a trade? Basically, because anything could go wrong, naturally I hold on for a maximum of 2 to 3 hours. So it's up to you for how long. But you know how trading is. Once you make profit, it's very, very, very wise to actually exit. But if you decide to hold on, it's up to you as a trader. That's the decision that you have to make on your own eventually. Now, you can actually hold in terms of time. You can enter from 3:30 and exit around 7 p.m. It's still okay. You can enter from 3:30, exit at 4, 5. Anytime whereby you feel like now you've made enough profit, it's fine, because there is no maximum profit. That's what people are missing. You cannot get each and every little peep that's moving on the market. It's impossible. And then what you need to know is what goes up needs to come down. What goes down needs to go up. If you hold on for too long, let's say after 7 p.m., 8, 9, 10, you're still there, anything could happen now. Anything could happen. And it does not mean even around 4 or 5 or 6, anything cannot happen. It can still happen. So it's just part of trading. Don't be surprised. That's why when you make profit, mostly with NASDAQ, what I do is I target to double my account. Once I double my account, then I'm fine. I'm actually good to go. Now, in terms of lot sizes and everything, please, everyone, start trading with 0.01, because that is the minimum. But other brokers have a minimum of 0.10. Other brokers a minimum of standard lot 1.00. Always start with 0.01 just to make sure that you understand the power of NASDAQ, because I'm unable to explain it, because it is very, very crazy, so that you can experience it for yourself. And it's very wise to actually start on a demo account before you actually trade a real account with NASDAQ, just so you can understand the movement. Remember, if you miss this Tuesday, there's about 4 Tuesdays in a month. So you cannot feel bad for missing one Tuesday. That's what you need to remember. Now, that's for pending orders. Now we are going to be making use of market execution now. We're going to be making an example with market execution, which is another method that you can actually use to open a trade in NASDAQ, right? Now, market execution is a bit tricky. Now, remember what I said that about market execution, that you're going to be risking 75%, meaning that pending order, at least once it's triggered, then we are sure of the movement, at least, even though it does not mean that it won't reject, but at least we have a surety that we've got things correct this time. Now, market execution, 3:30 p.m. Tuesday, you relax. 3:30, you relax. Remember your own market execution. Time frame specifically for market execution needs to be M1 time frame, right? For pending orders, it needs to be M1, especially when you are entering. But once your trade is opened, you can use any time frame you understand. It's fine. 3:30, you relax. 1 minute after 3:30, you still relax. Now, you can actually, from 2 minutes just after 3:30, now you prepare for entry. Now, you prepare for entry. You prepare for entry at 15:32. That simply means that's where you actually be on standby, that you either buy or you either sell, right? It's either you buy or sell. Now, the biggest question is, you either buy or sell based on what? Now, from 15:32 to 15:33 p.m., from 15:32, remember a minute has 60 seconds. From 15:32 to 15:33 p.m., that's when you can actually decide that you can enter, right? It's either you enter with a buy or a sell. How do you know? Now, you need to look at the market you need to look at where the market is going at that moment. If the market is going up, you can enter with a buy. If the market is going down, you can enter with a sell. But always keep in mind about what I said, that executing manually is 75% more riskier than than pending orders. However, the rewards are actually more greater than pending orders. So it's a balance. You risk more, and you can definitely make more than those who used pending orders, because just the 10 that we are adding and subtracting in NASDAQ, it's quite a huge number, right? Now, you either enter with a buy or a sell based on where the market is going at that moment, right? Now, this is the moment whereby you trust your instincts. You need to trust your own instincts. Remember, the whole purpose of the course is to teach you how to actually be an independent Forex trader, right? It's not to have you rely on anyone for the rest of your life. Yes, you can have mentoring and everything, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to go with your instincts. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Who teaches coach Forex? And the answer is no one. But look at the confidence that I have when I'm trading, which is why I'm good at trading, because I have confidence. So you need to have confidence. Market execution requires you to trust your own instincts. You cannot see that it's going for a buy and then after change your mind and go for a sell. You cannot see that it's going for a sell and then after change your mind and go for a buy. You need to trust your instincts. But the whole point, from 15:32, you observe. Between 15:32 15:33, you need to execute either with a buy or sell based on your instincts. If it's going up, you enter with a buy. If it's going down, you enter with a sell, right? Now, which is why I say it's best to start with a demo account on this one. However, I know there are going to be those traders who are going to ignore the instructions and go for a real account. But if you do so, at least use 0.01, because anything could happen when it comes to NASDAQ, right? Now, that's just about it in terms of how we enter NASDAQ. Now, after entering, it does not mean that you'll make profit immediately, right? Because they spread. Does not mean that either whether you use pending order or market execution, the market won't go against you. It will, and it can, right? Now, you just need to believe in the decision that you made. You need to have confidence. You are an investor now. You need to have confidence. You cannot always pull out when things don't go your way, right? You cannot be recognized as the best if you are a coward. You need to be strong. You need to be stronger than what you are now. When you're going to be trading NASDAQ, it's nothing closer to currencies. It's crazy, like I say, or like I said. Don't panic, just relax, right? Just relax. Be yourself more. Now, in terms of the time to exit, now that you know the time to enter either market execution or pending order, therefore the time for exiting is when you make profit. But personally, 6 p.m. In most cases, I'm out. If I'm not out by 6 p.m., then I'm just greedy. I'm going to get out at 9 p.m. It's just greediness. Understand the term greediness. It's just me being greedy, right? Now, don't be greedy, guys. As soon as you make profit, which you believe this is profit, exit and wait for the next Tuesday. This thing is not going anywhere. You don't have to make 1 billion in one day. You are not just George Soros. You don't have to make 100,000 in one day. You are not coach. You don't have to make 1 million in one day. You are not coach. You understand? Be yourself. Trade based on what you can afford. Therefore, you will see blessings will come your way. So that's just about how we actually trade NASDAQ. Unfortunately, my order symbol is not working, but on the MT4, but allow me to use a CHFJPY as an example to just quickly show you guys the pending orders in case you're new. Now, take this as NASDAQ. So if you're using market execution, like I said, the entry level will be 0.01 for NASDAQ. You can either select buy or sell based on where the market is going, either from 15:32 or 15:33 p.m., right? That is just simple. Buy or sell based on the direction on M1 time frame. Now, if you're on pending orders and you decide to start with a buy stop because the market will be going up, so what you do, because the NASDAQ will be on 955.02. This is just an example, by the way. And 955.02. Therefore, you're going to focus only on these numbers. When I was saying the numbers before, I simply meant this. Now, because this is a buy stop, it means that you need to add 10 from this number. Therefore, it's going to be 65. Then you are done. Just like that, you place your order, you select place, then you are done. Therefore, if it was a sell stop and the price was still on 55, therefore you say then this numbers just before the full stop, you minus 10, 45. It's gonna give you 45. Therefore, you place your order, right? Now, sometimes brokers won't allow you to use 10 they won't allow you to add 10 or minus 10. Therefore, if that's the case, contact that broker and find out what is their minimum. Some brokers minimum it's 25. Therefore, unfortunately, you have to use their 25 if you still love that broker. So I don't want people to be saying that I am unable to add 10, the broker doesn't allow me. Move to another one and find the one which allows you. That's a problem. That's a solution, I mean. So crying doesn't really solve anything. So that's just the simplicity of actually trading NASDAQ. Now, in a situation whereby the price is like this, you're going to come across a situation whereby the price is like this. The price is 959.02, for example. Therefore, your last two digits Your last two digits, it's 95. It's a sell stop, right? For sell stop, you minus 10 from 95 is going to give you 85, which is simple. But for a buy stop, what do you do? When it's for a buy stop, what do you do? Therefore, if it's for a buy stop, you say 95 plus 10, it's how much? It's going to give you how much? It's going to give you 105. That's the total. Now, this simply means that it's more like you are taking 595 and you are adding 10. It's going to give you 605. Now, this simply means that almost your entire amount will change to 605. You understand? So that simply means that your number will change to 605 because it was more like 959. It was more like 595. When you add 10, it's gonna give you 605. So don't get confused. Same goes to when the number is 505, like this example, 505. Therefore, the last two numbers before the full stop, it's 05. When you minus 10, it's gonna give you a negative. Take it like this. It's 505 minus 10 is gonna give you 495. Simple, just like that. You're going to write 495. Then you're done. It's simple. Don't get confused when it comes to such numbers. So that's just about how the short practical of how we get to set our pending order. Right now, the next movement, I will be showing you guys exactly how I trade NASDAQ, and I'll be showing you guys exactly how I get to apply everything that you've seen in the strategy video. Right now, remember that trading is risky on its own, right? And before you indulge in any trading activities, you must be aware of the risks involved, as your brokers will always warn you on their website, right? So this is the same warning that trading is not suitable for everyone, and don't trade with your last savings. Always trade with the amount of money that you're willing to lose. There's no specific amount. It's only the minimum amount which are allowed by the brokers, which can either be $10 or $20, depending on the nature of the broker. So the next video, I'll be showing you guys how to actually trade NASDAQ based on exactly what I do. Now, on this video that you're looking at, the short video that you're looking at right now, basically this is how I trade NASDAQ. Now, this is 3:30 on a Tuesday. Look at the movement. You see, it's crazy. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And then just when I thought it's going up, it's rejecting. Now it's going down. You see, I'm not in a trade as yet. M1 time frame, I'll be using a pending order specifically. Now it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Just a bit. I'm not so sure as yet because I'm waiting for confirmation. Now it's hitting up, it's hitting down. I'm not so sure. Now we are approaching second minute. It's still 3:30 p.m. The market is moving. It looks like it's going up. I could sell, but I'm not so sure as yet because I need to stick to the strategy. Now let's look at the second candlestick. What does it have in store for us? Now, second candlestick, it started, it's going down. Now I have an idea that this might be a sell because that's what NASDAQ does. It causes a rejection first before confirming. So I want to confirm my things thoroughly, but I already have an idea that this might actually be a sell initially because the second minute candlestick is trying to confirm it, meaning that if you are brave, you can even enter before the designated time, but understand the risks involved. So I'm not so sure as yet about my things, but I've decided to enter either way as I'm approaching 15:32 to be exact. right? I'm approaching 1532. Now 1532, it's almost there. Now I need to set in my buy stop order either way, and then I'm gonna add 10 just like I've minus 10. Now it's 1532 now, almost 1532. Now I'm gonna be entering into a trade now. Now any direction that gets opened, I'm so sure. Any direction which gets opened, I'm so sure of my things right now. So it looks like it's gonna open the sell stop order as the second minute confirmation confirmed that it could be a sell position. Now I'm already into a trade. Now I'm already into a trade. The buy stop order is still on. I need to delete it. That is the first thing that you need to do if you've already managed to set the pending order. Now you can see how crazy the movement is. I'm still skeptical whether I'm gonna make money or not, but I'm just relaxing. I'm just keeping it cool. It's trying to take me to profit. Just small rejection. You can see the minus that I'm on already. This is a ZAR account, meaning that I'm using South African rand to actually trade. Now it looks like now it's gonna go up, and I've already sold already. Therefore, I'm on almost negative. I'm almost on negative 8,000, 10,000. But the good part about it is that I have an equity of about 40,000. So I have nothing to worry about. Now I'm still sitting on about 5,000, 6,000 loss. It's a real account, as you can see. Now it's going against me, people. I'm worried now. Now I'm losing money. But remember, it's only a loss if you close on a loss, and it's only profit when it's in your bank account. I'm sitting on a loss of about 7,000 now, going up and down, going up and down, going up and down, going up and down. 9,000 loss now, going up and down. You know, remember now, I'm still relaxing. It's still 1533 now. It's still 1533. I'm wondering what's going to happen to me. Am I going to make money? Because the market seems to be going against me. Now at 1536, the market has finally came back to my favor. Now I'm sitting on a profit of about 4,000 rands, 3,000, 4,000, just an estimation. It's going up and down, you know. It's going up and down. Now I have hope. Now I have hope. I'm sitting on almost 5,000 profit, 4,000, 3,000 profit, still going up and down. I'm still on 1536 in terms of time. Now I know for sure that I'm going to exit after hours or an hour, for example. Now, still going down in my favor. Now I'm sitting on about a profit of about 8,000 rands. It's 10 to 4 now. It's 10 to 4. I'm almost sitting on about 8,000 rand. My initial target is precisely to make anything from 20,000. Anything from 20,000, actually, I'm happy. Now I'm sitting on about 10,000 profit. I want 20,000 because initially that is the plan or the target that I actually had in mind. Now things are going my way. I'm sitting on about 14,000 profit. My target is still about 20,000 initially. 14,000, 13,000, that's what's floating right now. You see the market is still going in my favor. The market is still going in my favor. Now, as you've seen that I was once on a loss before, it's just part of the trading game. It does not mean that you will always make profit. Now I'm sitting on about 30,000, 28,000, close to 30,000 profit, which is initially 10,000 extra on top of what I've encountered for. Now that simply means that I've actually outdone myself. I've made almost 30,000. The time is 18 past 5. Now this simply means that I have almost 1 hour 30 minutes or close to 2 hours into the trade with this regard. So basically this is just the NASDAQ movement in general and how NASDAQ actually moves in general. Therefore, you should always be aware that anything could go wrong. Now I'm sitting on about at least 30,000, which I believe initially now I have to actually exit on from the trade, because 30,000 is quite a lot of money, a lot of money that you can actually make from your cell phone, of which initially the actual deposit that I've actually started with precisely, it's almost, I would say, 20,000. I've actually started with 20,000 trading this account. So I've actually started with about 20,000. So if I can actually get to almost 60,000 with just two trades, that is more than enough. That is someone else's salary. Nobody can actually give you that amount of money. Now that is just a reality. That is just reality check. So nonetheless, that's just about it when it comes to trading NASDAQ. I hope that you have seen the practical side of it. An actual live trade, it's going to make things much more easier. Just don't panic, guys. Just don't panic. Now, this is a once-off course, as I've already stated. Therefore, this simply means that there won't be mentoring, there won't be signals which you should expect. We will only help you guys on the FBK NASDAQ website when it comes to technical queries, because this is a once-off deal. Hence, you paid 135 rands to get access to it. However, if you are in what we call FBK private clients, therefore you can have access to mentoring. You can have access to slightly what we call signals, meaning that sometimes news come out at 10 p.m. So as a private client member, FBK private clients, actually FBK private clients, yes, that's the correct website. As a private client member, if news come out on Monday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, you will get notified that news came out with this situation. Therefore, there's a chance that NASDAQ could go up or down. So those are going to be some of the benefits specifically for FBK private clients based on NASDAQ. That's the only place whereby you could get mentoring or signals. Now remember, we are trying to make you guys independent traders. Now, independent traders simply means that after you get taught something, you make extra for efforts, you take extra miles into learning what is this thing all about. So nonetheless, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate everything and all the best with NASDAQ. As you've already seen that I've actually turned almost 3,000 GBP, 3,000 GBP. I've almost turned 3,000 GBP into almost 70,000 GBP, trading 5 times. It's there on my social media platforms. You can also watch the video whereby I've turned 3,000 GBP into almost 70,000. That simply means from a deposit of 65,000 and I made 1.4 million. From a deposit of 65,000 rands, I made 1.4 million, trading only 5 times. Now, this is equivalent to you depositing 650 and making almost either 11,400 or 14,000. I don't know the perfect example, but you get my point. It's never really about making a lot of money. It's all about consistency and making more than what you are risking on the market. So nonetheless, from your boy coach, I thank you guys for watching this. And remember, in FBK, we don't do investments. We don't do investments. In FBK, we don't do account management. We don't we don't do account management, we don't do investments. So if you come across I don't know the right spelling, management. I'm not sure about the spelling for management, but yeah, whatever the case it may be, we don't do investments, we don't do account management. If you come across any chancers who are going to be promising you investments or account management both based on NASDAQ, just know it's a scam. We don't do that in FBK, right? And one more thing, the only place where we can offer you guys mentoring or signals based on NASDAQ, it can only be on fbkprivateclients.com only. It can be on this website, it can be on FBK Online Services or on any WhatsApp group. Just know that it's only on FBK Private Clients. Now, nonetheless, thank you guys for your time. And in case you are a beginner and this confused you, we still have FBK Online Services, whereby it actually covers lifetime mentorship or signals and 3 strategies. So mentorship and signals based on the strategies that will be offered at that site will be available on FBK Online Services directly. So that's just about it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and all the best with your trading activities. Thank you guys.